What it do, YouTube?
What's good?
It's your
What's
boys, Nugget
good?
and Kudi here.
What's up? What's
you know
up?
what it is. Across the Rams, week 11. Rugged, what are we drinking today, boy?
We throwing a party for our drink, man. After that done, we throwing a party.
Woo!
But we actually have different drinks this time.
Yes, we
Switched it up a little bit. I am drinking just some Blanton's on the rocks. And he is drinking my famous margarita. I aged some Patron in a barrel, and it's pretty damn good, right?
Yeah? Real good, man.
Okay,
it's
good.
Fire, I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Nugget, if y'all ain't know, is a master bartender. So if y'all need some tips on some bartending tips, some bar back tips, hit up Nugget, because I swear this man is a genie behind the bar, man.
Oh, dude. I just love to do it. I just love to do it. But the other thing I love to do is talk about Rams Dubs. Rams Dubs. So let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it. So if it wasn't for that bullshit play with Arizona, we would be in first place. Because we had, what a game that we had. That was fun to watch.
Oh yeah, probably best game I've seen this year from us, man. It was entertaining from start to finish, bro. And we came out on top, so I made it even better. But what a game, bro, for real.
So we come up against Russell Wilson, who is in the running for MVP, and what do we do to him? No touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and less than 250 yards. Locked him down. We locked him down. And correct me if I'm wrong, but what was one of your keys to the game?
My key to the game, man, was to hold Lockett and DK under 150 yards, and I was being wishful thinking at that point, because what do? We locked them down to under 94 yards total, man. That's crazy.
Shut that shit down.
And especially locked up that boy DK, Jalen Ramsey.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Jalen Ramsey, man. Best corner in the NFC. Best corner in the game, man. Y'all heard it here first.
Easy.
I said
y'all know it already. If you're a Rams fan, you know it.
Y'all know it, man.
Ramsey Island, man.
Yeah.
What up? We saw on Thursday, we saw what DK can do against Patterson. Come on. He's a decent DB. But we saw how good DK is. And now that just even brings it better how great Jalen Ramsey is, because he shut him down.
30 snaps that he took on DK Metcalf, and DK only had 2 catches for 28 yards. That is an island. That is an island.
Nothing.
If you know anything about an island, that is an island. Because there wasn't much going towards DK that whole game, man, and Jalen Ramsey did a great job. But besides him, the whole defense as a whole did their thing, man. It was actually, I think this is going to be our coming out game. This is going to be the game for our defense to say that from this point on, we were the best defense in the NFL. Because I think that we're the best defense in the NFL. No cap. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, Troy Hill, John Johnson, Jordan Fuller, and Taylor Rapp have all come together to create not only one of the best secondaries in the NFC, but maybe one of the best secondaries in the NFL. And that all starts with Aaron Donald on the line, the best defensive player in the world. And just that alone all those pieces together make apart probably the best defense in the NFL, in my opinion.
The way we are playing has been exceptional. And we want to talk about how great our defense is. Let's look specifically at the NFC West and the points allowed by teams. I'm going to cheat a little bit, but Seattle, 287 points allowed. Arizona, 238. San Francisco, 234. Don't cheat, but all in the mid-200s, right? How many points do you think the Rams have allowed?
I'm going to go with 155.
Damn close. You're a good Rams fan. 168. Yeah, boy. Let's go. Damn. That is 119 less than the Seattle Seahawks.
That's crazy.
In the same amount of games. We both had a bye week.
That's crazy.
Our defense locks it down. And what do I like to say?
Defense wins championships, baby.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to win a championship.
Yes, sir. And just besides that, I really think that our defense is underrated in terms of the whole scope of the league. PFF and DVOA has our defense ranked at 8th, while they have our offense ranked at 5th. Like what? If anything, our defense is our strong suit.
Yeah.
And especially when our defense is leading us through these games, we allow 199.7 passing yards per game. That's the 3rd lowest in the NFL. And what Jalen Ramsey said about that is, yeah, we still have work to do. We know that we're like that, but we want to be number 1. And I think that's something that if we can get there, that's going to be a great sign for us looking forward in the playoffs.
But I love that mindset. He's not being complacent. He's like, yeah, okay, we're at 8 right now, but we can be better. We need to be better. And the fact that he just wants to be better is just, that's what you want to hear from the players on your team.
And I think that shows that our team now is such a veteran, almost mindset going through the entire organization, because we have multiple people on the team that have that point of view and have that mindset of that we're not satisfied no matter what. And I think we have so many leaders in the locker room that it's going to really help us and benefit us in the playoffs, just because we have so many different guys who not only can lead their small groups, like Jalen Ramsey can lead the secondary, but we have guys who can lead the entire team just by how they play. And going into the playoffs, you need guys that are like that will be able to bring the whole team together and bring a sense of camaraderie and that kind of, we're not satisfied being number 2. We're not satisfied being anything else other than first. And I think that's something that we should keep with us, not only this season, but for seasons ahead.
I mean, I love that mindset. When I played, it was something that you always felt better in a team that had that mindset, that wasn't complacent. But I actually wanted to ask you, how do you feel about Cam Akers?
Dude.
I mean, he got 10 carries, I want to say, coming in the game?
Yeah.
Or 10 carries in the game, and he hadn't had that many in a while. So it was nice to see him get out there and do well.
Exactly.
10 carries, 38 yards. I mean, 3.8 yards per carry. You want to see 4, but damn, that's so close to 4. That's not bad at all.
No, he was doing his thing, and I liked how McVay was incorporating him earlier in the game, because usually we kind of save him for later in the half of the game, when McVay's still trying to figure it out. But I liked how he incorporated him early on, and I also liked the play of Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown,
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he gave us 2 touchdowns. He gave us almost 100 yards. He was really doing his thing. And I love our running back system, that we can just go to those 3 guys, and in different situations, we can use a different running back,
3-headed beast, man. Even Darrell Henderson had a touchdown. We had 3 rushing touchdowns in the game.
Yeah,
that's a damn good rushing attack against a team who has done well against the rush. So I'm like, our team has been doing very good.
Yeah, they have been doing really well. And I gotta say, I'm gonna shout out Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds, man, you had a great game last game. And you've been flying under the radar too with a lot of people. But Josh Reynolds, I think, is gonna be one of the prime receiver targets in the NFL in the second half of the season, coming down the half of the season, because he has been getting so open, and he's such a big receiver that I think if he just continues to do what he's doing, I think he'll continue to be a big target for our offense, especially when our other receivers bring in so much attention. He just flies right under the radar, and
he had 10 targets in the game.
He had 10 targets.
8 catches, man. That's a damn good game.
He was over 100 yards too, I'm pretty sure. He was doing his thing, man. Yeah.
Damn,
he was doing his thing.
That's what we need.
He had 94 yards.
94. So defenses know to target Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, because they're obviously the 2 big names on our offense. But the fact that we have Josh Reynolds, we have, maybe he hasn't been a little quiet, but Tyler Higbee, we have those to take a little bit of the pressure off. That's when we see our offense really click, because the defense have so many things to worry about they don't know what's going to happen. That's what we need. We can't become predictable.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's something that McVay has adjusted in years prior. You could always kind of figure out what we were doing, but now we mix it up so well that I think that defenses are having a tough time figuring us out.
Yeah, I think it was maybe it was the Eagles game when I was watching, and I noticed that in 2019, if it was third down, who was the ball going to? Cooper Kupp. I watched the drive where 3 different Rams wide receivers caught a first down on third down. And that's just, it's switching it up so you don't become predictable. Because in the NFL, I mean, the teams hire people just to watch the other teams and get the tape and dissect the tape. And you're going to be able to find those patterns. These are people that are very smart and do this for a living and find those patterns. We can't have that. We need to be as unpredictable as possible.
Definitely. I like that a lot. And I think that's something that we should also just keep in mind going down the season. Let's stay mixing up our offense. Let's stay with the intensity on defense. And let's bring it to teams, because I feel like if anything has shown us this season is that no team has come and just beat us because they're more talented or they're a better coach or anything like that. No team has done that against us. If anything, we beat ourselves, and we are our biggest enemy. So if we
100%.
Can just do our job, if we play the best we can, I don't think there's a single team in the NFL that can beat us. And especially led by a defense that is playing as good as they are, I don't think a team in the NFL can beat us.
I mean, so I know it was the first game this season, but look what we did to the Cowboys. I was like, oh wow, maybe the Cowboys aren't going to be as explosive of a defense or offense as we thought. But no, after that they started doing well before Dak got hurt, of course. And then we know Seattle can put up points. We've seen Seattle put up a shit ton of points this year, and we hold them to 16. That defense, man, you're going to hear me say, you're going to be sick of it, but I'm going to put on a shirt and sell it to y'all. Because defense wins championships.
Yes, sir.
It
really does. It truly does. And I think that's something that I'm really looking forward to going to the playoffs. Our defense is so good. Because especially in the playoffs, you need a defense that's going to keep you in the game. It's going to keep you just stay consistent. And I think our defense this year is the best. Not only one of the best, I think they're the best.
Yep. I'm really proud of how we've done so far.
For sure. 100%.
Do you have anything else?
No, that's pretty much all that I had. I just basically wanted to just say that people need to put our respect on our name, just because you know that our defense is elite, yet I feel like we're still flying under the radar for whatever reason. But this next week, we just played Seattle, just took care of them. Now we play the Buccaneers, who is seen by most of the NFL as top 3 teams in the NFL. If we can go out and send a message to both these teams back to back, I think the NFL is going to be put on watch about the LA Rams and really think about them being a problem in come playoff time.
Well, let's jump right into talking about the Bucs then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, big week coming up.
Yep.
Monday night against the Buccaneers.
Primetime game. I mean, I'm gonna take a drink for this one. This is strong drink, a big game. If you start seeing some typos in that game on my Twitter, on our Twitter, the AT Across the Rams Twitter, it's because I'm drinking a lot. Because this is gonna be a stressful game. It's a huge game for us.
Big game.
Big game.
Obviously, it's gonna be the biggest game of our season. Because last week was our biggest game of the season against Seattle. So you know that this team against one of the best teams is just going to be, we're right back thrown in the fire. And we're playing not only one of the best teams, we're playing the number 1 ranked defense and a top 10 offense. So we have our hands full for this team.
And from what, I am a little worried. They're a damn good team. I mean, they've played really well this year. Tom Brady has came in and really just taken them to like a next level. I feel like they're more professional. I know they had the game where they lost against the Bears, and they had a lot of penalties. They had over 100 yards in penalties that game. The next week, I don't think they had a penalty until like the second half of the game. You know, that's that Tom Brady just mindset of, you know, we need to be perfect. We're going to be perfect. Mm-hmm. And you know what? If you're not gonna be perfect, I'm not gonna throw the ball to you. I'm not gonna involve you in the game. Mm-hmm. So I think that's, you know, we gotta play our game. Mm-hmm. That's what we have to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think the Buccaneers really good team. The only thing I have to say is I don't think the Buccaneers are as good as people really give them credit for. Well, if you ask anybody on the street, they'll tell you that Buccaneers are one of the best teams in the NFL. You ask any analyst, they'll tell you Buccaneers, probably top 2, top 3 teams in the NFL. But
I agree.
But I agree they're a top team, sure. But I don't think they're really as good as people give them credit for, man. Like I said, if you look at their schedule, for week 1, they lose by 11 to the Saints. All right, sure. Week 1 is whatever. Look, 2 weeks ago, what happened against the Saints? 40-3? Are you kidding me?
It was embarrassing.
Are you kidding me? 38-3? No way, bro. And I'm telling you something right now. If you're truly going to be a team that is making the Super Bowl, that would never happen to a team in the Super Bowl. Get blown out like that. And if that's anything telling me, any side showing me, I think that they are as good as people give them credit for. What happened that game? They got locked up on defense. The Saints defense absolutely shut them down. What happened on offense? Tom Brady looked really, really bad.
Didn't they have like 7 rushing attempts?
Yeah, I think they had 11 rushing attempts. Okay?
Oh my
God. They had 5 carries.
Oh my
5 carries that game, man. 5 carries, bro. Tom Brady went 22 for 38 with 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. So they got absolutely locked up.
They got embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. And they played also like one of the best teams in the NFL.
Okay.
But they're one of the best team in the NFL. They got blown out. Okay. Let's look at some other games, right? The next week after that week. No, the week before that week. They beat the Giants by 2 points. The New York Giants, man. The JV team New York Giants. And I gotta say, we didn't play good against the Giants either. But they were nowhere near in that game. Mm-hmm. Not even close to being in that game. Yet they were really competitive and could have almost won that game against the Buccaneers, man. So, like I said, I think they're really good. But I just don't think that they're as good as people give them credit for.
I don't want to cut you off, but what I'm hearing from you is they've done well. They've had some good games, but the people they have beaten, the teams they have beaten, aren't in the top tier of teams. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can get that. So, while they have beat these NFL teams, hey, again, you know me, these are professional teams, professional athletes, so they're good. Mm-hmm. They just, when they play the good teams, they played the Saints, and they played what was the other team they played?
They played the Saints, they played the Packers.
Yes.
They beat the Packers.
They beat the Packers, but
handedly they beat the Packers.
They did, so they are a good team. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said I'm going to be having a couple drinks. Because we know they are a good team, but they're also prone to losing against good teams. They're 2-3 against the really good teams. And in my opinion, they've had a pretty easier schedule.
Easier.
Yes, that's the way I'm looking at it. But
that's kind of like the way I kind of go through it too. I think they are really good, but I also see us winning in like multiple different ways, not just our defense locking them down, or not just our offense going crazy. I feel us just beating them on both sides of the ball. And I think that if we play our game, there's not a team in the NFL that can beat us. And if we just do what we do and we don't beat ourselves, I don't think the Buccaneers are going to beat us. The Seahawks, damn near, were never close to beating us. And like all the teams that have beat us before, like I said, I don't really think they necessarily beat us. I think we beat ourselves. So I think if we can go into this week, play our game, do what we do, and just play as best as we can, I don't see us losing to the Buccaneers either.
Speaking of playing our game, my keys to the game this week, the Bucs have a very high-powered receiving core. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. Now they have Gronk. These are that's some damn good players. However, we have a damn good defense. So what I think we need to do is, I'm not going to say we need to shut one person down, because, then the other three are going to explode. So I'm not more worried about focusing on that. I'm more focused on controlling Tom Brady. So if we can keep Tom Brady under 300 passing yards, I would pretty much damn near guarantee a win if we can do that.
I was actually, my key game was also Tom Brady.
No.
Mine wasn't
yours.
Mine wasn't his yards. Mine was to keep him under 3 touchdowns. I think if he gets 2 or less touchdowns, they don't have the offensive capabilities. I don't think Ronald Jones is going to get multiple touchdowns. I don't think Leonard Fournette is even getting carries enough to get a touchdown. So I think we can limit Tom Brady to 2 or less touchdowns. We have a really good chance of winning just because we're cutting the head off their snake. Which is Tom Brady.
Exactly. Well, you mentioned Ronald Jones. Let's talk about him a little bit. Last week, 192 yards. One of them wasn't like a 95, 97-yard touchdown, which is, they happen. But let's look at some of his other games. 66, 23, 53, 34, 23, 9 yards. The other 4 that I missed are the 100-yard games. So he has a boom or a bust. And I think that's something that, that's not what you want from a running back. You want him to be nice and consistent. I think that our defense has been improving when it comes to the rushing attack, because that was something I was really worried about in the beginning of the year. And if we can just keep him onto Ronald Jones into one of his bust games, I'm like, that's something we need to do. We need our defense to come and show out, okay, you have a top offense that's been doing really well under Tom Brady, who is a damn good quarterback, but the Rams can still shut them down. We did it last week in Seattle. We have to do it again. Yeah,
that's a good point. Great point. I think you're right about that. If we can limit him and have a bust game, they definitely don't have any, not enough offensive firepower. If we could limit Tom Brady, limit Ronald Jones, then we're looking really good. And if our defense last week has shown us anything, is that we're capable.
We're definitely capable of it. And, I'm not going to lie, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. We have Rams are ranked 8th defense, and Bucks are the first-ranked defense. I can see as it being a slow game where it's all about just doing your thing, busting your ass, and nose to the ground, just a defensive ball.
Yeah, no, for sure. I also think it's going to be low scoring. However, I think what we need to do, especially is in the beginning of the game, we need to our offense is to set a pace. Because if you look at last week, the Buccaneers against the Panthers, Teddy Bridgewater started the game 10 for 10. 10 for 10 on completions, and at halftime it was tied 17-17 against the Panthers without Christian McCaffrey. So if that shows you anything, and if the Panthers offense is able to be that successful early on in the game, then we need to reciprocate that and try to do the same thing early on in the game and set a tone. Just so our defense can have a little more, just like a little pressure off of them, so they can be able to
relief.
So they can just do their thing and have more energy to be able to focus on Tom Brady and their high-powered offense.
I really like that. It's the truth. We got to come out and we got to punch them in the nose and we got to score right away. That's what makes our team so great, is we're really good at coming out and doing that. We set the pace, we come to score, and they're already thinking, oh shit, okay, we're coming against the Rams defense. We're not going to be able to score a lot of points. But now we got the ball for the first time and we're down 7-0.
Yeah, it's really, really disheartening.
It's a mental thing right there. Yeah. It's disheartening. It's a mental thing. And that's one thing that I love about this team, the Rams, is they're always designing really good first drives.
Yes.
We drove down the field last week. We got a field goal. That's still 3 more points that the offense feels they have to score. I remember when I was playing, it was like, okay, you know how good the other team is, and okay, if you can get to this many points on offense, you're gonna feel confident in the game. Now they have that number in mind, but now you're already adding 3 right off the bat. It's like, oh shit, okay, they're keeping that in mind, and that gets in their head.
Yeah.
You overthink, you try too hard, you make mistakes.
Yeah.
And
just put them in a hole early.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard to dig out of it if you're putting a hole early. And I think that's something that we just got to keep doing because, like you said, our first drives this whole season have been
very successful.
Yeah, amazing.
Very successful.
So if that's a sign for anything, it should show that next week we should try to do the same thing. And like you said, punch in the nose, get started off early.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm really excited for this game. This is a primetime game. We didn't do very well in primetime last time against the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
We need to show that we can come out and
we need a little
play
redemption.
the game. We need some redemption. That's exactly what we need. And this is a great game to go get that redemption.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of all I have on this game. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, that's pretty much all I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go see what's popping in Kudi's corner.
Let's see.
Let's do it.
What's poppin' in Kudi's corner, man? Y'all know what's poppin' in Kudi's corner this week, man. The one, the only, Darius Williams, man. One of the best cornerbacks in the NFL and also one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the NFL, man. If you didn't know, Darius Williams had himself a game, man. The dude had an interception. He had at least 5 pass deflections, and he had multiple tackles. And besides that, he also locked down Tyler Lockett the whole game. Darius Williams is in Kudi's corner this week, and he's popping. And also, he has this whole season, he's been not only one of the best corners, but like I said, he's been one of the most underrated. Darius Williams ranks as a cornerback this year. He ranks through 9 games. He's tied for 3rd in the NFL with 4 interceptions. He's broken up 10 passes, and he's allowed a pass rating of only 41.4, man. That's number 1 in the NFL among cornerbacks, bro. So if that tells you anything, it tells you not only is Darius Williams one of the most elite corners in the NFL, he's also a Pro Bowler, and he's also one of the best players on defense so far in the NFL. So Darius Williams, shout out to you, man. You're popping in Kudi's corner this week, bro. And I hope that all you Rams fans go and vote for him for the Pro Bowl because he deserves it 100%. And besides that, I'm going to do a little shout out. Hey, Leonard Floyd, you're also kind of popping in the Kudi's corner, bro. You went crazy, bro. 3 sacks. Sheesh. And NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Sheesh. That makes it not 1, not 2, but 3 different Rams players have gotten Defensive Player of the Week for the NFC. Aaron Donald got it. Leonard Floyd and Micah Kaiser all got NFC Defensive Player of the Week. So if that shows you anything, it shows that not only is Darius Williams popping in Kudi's corner, our defense is popping in Kudi's corner, man. So shout out to y'all. Y'all doing a great job, man. And y'all know what it is, man. It's Kudi, and I'm out of here.
Well, it's that time. We gotta finish off the episode. Hit the outro. I know we love talking. We love talking at you. We love talking with each other. We just love the Rams, goddamn.
Yes, sir.
Like, man, we love talking Rams. Speaking of that, we're looking for more people to talk Rams football with us on Sundays, on game day. It is a Monday this week, but we want to talk Rams with you. Speaking of that, on this Monday, on the Instagram, it's gonna be like, well, it's gonna be right here. The Instagram's gonna be, it'll be like right there, right? Probably, I'm gonna say exactly where my finger is. I'm gonna put it right there. Joking around, but on that Instagram, at Across the Rams, I'm gonna be doing a live, dropping some knowledge on some Rams prop bets and who I think has a good chance to do well for the Rams and the numbers I think we can hit. Speaking of that, what you doing over there? What you got over there?
And if y'all don't follow that Instagram, if you don't follow our Twitter, man, we have a giveaway going on, man. If y'all want to win.
Oh, shit, that look clean.
Ooh, if y'all want to win one of these. If y'all want to win one of these.
Man.
An Aaron Donald bone white jersey, man. All you got to do is follow that Instagram or follow our Twitter. Mm-hmm. And follow those contest descriptions in the Twitter or on Instagram. And yeah, of course it looks good.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just follow those contest details And you could have a chance to win one of these. We already have how many entries you think we have?
Probably 60 entries already.
At least 60 entries. So people are hearing about this. So get your name in there quick. Just so you can be in the running to win one of these. And besides that, we also have an alternate form of entering the contest.
Yeah, so we just decided, you know what, we want to give you guys another chance. Get a second entry in there. If you subscribe to us on YouTube, and I didn't know you couldn't actually see who subscribes actual names. So send us a screenshot and you subscribe it on YouTube, and then we will put another entry in the contest for you. Because we want a dedicated Rams fan. We want to be sending this to a dedicated Rams fan. Somebody that's going to appreciate it, going to wear it on game day, going to send us a picture. That's what we want.
We don't want to give it to no ordinary Rams fan. We want to give it to the biggest Rams fan. So y'all, share the contest description with your friends. Share it with your Rams family. And like we said, this is getting the contest. It wraps up on Thanksgiving Thursday. So make sure that you enter before then. It closes at 1 p.m. on that Thanksgiving Thursday. So make sure you enter before then, and you will have a chance to win this beautiful jersey.
Man,
not this particular one, but this one.
It looks damn good. You know what? That's all I have for today. Do you have anything else?
That's all I have today, man. And you know what it is, man. We gotta slap those Buccaneers, man.
Slap them out of here.
That's all we want to do. We want to take care of them, take care of business, and if we do that, we will be the best team in the NFC West.
Yep. That puts us in first place. Yep, I like the sound of that, and I know we can do it. It's Monday night, you know, it's a great day to watch football, and I'm really excited for this game. So
prime time, baby. Prime time.
Prime time, baby. That's all we have for you. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. We can't wait to talk at you again. Peace.